Oh, I have a question. So you're talking about the woman, what's her name? Bat Divri. She's speaking to a lot of guys, but what about the opposite? A guy that's speaking to a lot of women for the point of looking for a shidduch.
So first of all, we have a Mishnah in Pirkei Avot that says, "Al tarbei sicha im isha, v'al ishto amru kal v'chomer eshet chavero." That it is it's forbidden for a person to speak too much with a woman, and they were saying this is for your wife. All the more so for someone who's not your wife. Now, how does that actually come out into play? I was once riding in the car with someone. He gets a phone call. He was running a youth program. He gets a phone call from one of the fathers. The father says, "Thank you so much." He says, "I love it. Your son's great. He's a great kid." And then he's like, "Thank you for saying that. You're great. You're helping us out so much." And they're going back and forth. Very warm conversation. And they say goodbye.
How many children is asking?
4.
4? Not 5?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, 4.
So he's going through this, you're great, and he says, goodbye, no, thank you, have a good one, kol tuv, Shem yivrech otcha. They're going back and forth like this. To say goodbye was 5 minutes of the conversation. One of the moms called, and he says, hello, 6:30, okay, bye. It's like you see the switch of someone when he's talking to a man. He's very, he's a personal guy. So it comes out. When he talks to a woman, he's very strict to be sure. That you should never be talking to a woman in a way that you get too close to her.
But these are two things. The man, of course, he's married, and the woman is also married.
Right. And so the question is, when it comes to shidduchim, first of all, if you're on a date with a woman, and the goal is to come to marriage, you need to ask as many questions as you have. You need to make sure that you know exactly who this person is that you're marrying. So there's really, on that side, there's no limit. What kind of family you have? What kind of background do you have? Where do you see yourself going? What type of family? What type of schools do you want to send your kids to? How are you going to cover your hair? Are you going to cover your hair with a mitpachat? You're going to cover your hair with a mitpachat only in the back, on the whole hair, 2 fingers showing, with a wig? Is it going to be a wig down to the ground, which is a sore? But is it going to be a wig down to the shoulders, which there are hachamim that permit that? So you need to ask as many questions as possible to know who you're marrying. You don't go and see like a cute cashier and girl working at the cash register and start talking with her and flirting with her, because that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you to chuppah with a kosher girl. That's only going to chas v'shalom bury you deeper and deeper and get it home. And so you have to make this separation. Okay, this is a woman that we're meeting each other with the goal of dating. Or this is a woman that is not in that goal. This is a woman I need to do basic things, in basic interactions, like a woman who works at a cash register, or a woman who, a teacher, or someone who I have to interact with. Okay, so I say the minimum that I need to say. But if it's someone that it's a date, you need to get all those details out in the open as much as possible, but not to date too long. That's another detail that is very important. Once you've decided, okay, this is fit, where you're going in life is where I want to go in life, where you came from in life is good. You have a good background, you have a good future. This is something we both want. We have similar goals. We both want to serve Hashem. We want to build a kosher house, a house of taharat mishpacha, a house with Shabbat, with the kids going to Jewish schools, once you've established those things, you shouldn't wait around. Once you wait around, that's already causing problems again. You're already going back and burying yourself in Gehenom again, because, okay, you've discerned, what are you doing now? Just getting to know each other. You're putting yourself at risk of doing an Aveirah. You're putting yourself at risk of doing an Aveirah with her or by yourself. So it's very important to say, okay, we've decided, Okay, we decided we want to get married. Proposal. Let's plan a wedding. Let's get married as quickly as possible. It's very important not to wait around. And dating and therefore dating needs to be very pointed towards that goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But like a lot of people married not necessarily from Shadchan. So what if Hashem, sends shidduch in a different way?
Yeah. I have a friend who I called him today to ask him if I could tell his story, and he didn't answer the phone. And so I'm going to go ahead and ask forgiveness from him if he's going to hear the shiur. That he was in America. In America, shidduchim are very difficult. And he bli ayin hara, he has a very good job. He was making a lot of money. He was living at home with his parents, so he wasn't spending a lot of money on rent or anything. And so he had a lot of money. So what would you do? You would fly around to different cities. Fly to New York, fly to Miami, fly to Montreal, fly to LA, fly to all different places to do different events, singles events. And for a whole Shabbat, they bring a bunch of singles together, do speed dating.
Yeah.
Very popular in America because you have people are more spread out, so you bring people together, try to get them married.
My father did that one.
He was doing this a lot. All of a sudden he decided he's going to go to Montreal. He's also Moroccan. He decided he's going to go to Montreal to visit his grandmother. While in Montreal visiting his grandmother, who does he meet? The cashier. The cashier at the coffee place. I know we just said that you shouldn't, start flirting, and he didn't start flirting with her. It was something that like he saw her, and then it was set up by someone in the community, and they were flying back and forth from Montreal to Washington D.C. until eventually they got married. So what do we see? We have to do hishtadlut. We have to try to get married. Kadosh Baruch Hu says your hishtadlut is a zechut for you. All the work that you did to get married is a zechut for you. I want to prove to you that I don't need your hishtadlut. So I'm going to bring you the Yeshua, I'm going to bring you the salvation, I'm going to bring you the perfect one for you, not by way of the shidduchim, in a different way. Something more agav, something more that you weren't expecting. So Kadosh Baruch Hu does do that all the time. And a ton of people meet that way. And whether it's a friend setting up a friend or anything like that, it's definitely a good way